My name is Jackie Solomito, and I'm an MBA student at Utica College. For my capstone project, I have constructed a business plan with startup financials for my company, Solo. At Solo, our aim is to outfit ice hockey skates for people that wear ankle foot orthosis, or AFOs. First, let's meet the team. Our team includes President and CEO Jackie Solomito, Head of Research and Development Amanda Drobot, and Head of Human Resources and Customer Service Mallory Watts. All three members of our team played college ice hockey and have a wealth of knowledge and connections in the ice hockey world. Solomito is working on her Master's of Business degree at Utica College and has a Bachelor of Arts degree from Manhattanville College. She's also one of the assistant coaches of the Utica College women's ice hockey team. Drobot is in her final year of occupational therapy school at Lemoyne College in Syracuse, New York. Drobot has a Bachelor of Science degree from the University of Vermont. Drobot is also one of the assistant coaches of the Utica College women's ice hockey team. Mallory Watts double majored at the University of Michigan in International Studies and Spanish. She graduated top of her class in both programs and is currently a personal assistant to a CFO at a major hedge fund in New York City. Strategically, we want to solve two problems. One, design a skate that will fit any AFO, giving the opportunity to ice skate to an individual that would not otherwise have had that option. And two, create awareness for the inclusion of people with different abilities in the sports world. Our product will provide a solution to the first issue, and for the second, we will have a section on our website to educate the public on what AFOs are and the benefits they provide. Benefits from AFOs have been tremendous and have raised the quality of life for so many people. However, because of their bulky nature, AFOs don't always work with athletic footwear. That is why we have designed a skate that allows for AFOs to clip onto the footbed of the skate. We will offer the Generation 1 skates in junior and senior sizes with the ability to customize the skates to ensure complete compatibility with any AFO. When conducting a literature review, I was able to gather peer-reviewed and other scholarly articles that focus on the benefits of AFOs in post-stroke victims, individuals with cerebral palsy and spina bifida, as well as the elderly community. A study done by Momozaki et al. Investigated the functional recovery of post-acute stroke patients wearing AFOs compared to those who did not. Individuals with weakness in their lower extremities due to stroke would be a great target population for our marketing team. According to Warmbrodt, who works for Cerebral Palsy Guide, there are around 764,000 people that have at least one symptom of cerebral palsy in the United States. She also states that CP is the most diagnosed childhood motor disability in the U.S. More than 58.2% of individuals with CP can walk independently. Warmbrodt also highlights the importance of physical activity for individuals with CP. She mentions adaptive sports equipment that has been used, but also talks about their limitations. The article is applicable because it shows that the CP community is interested in looking for opportunities to participate in physical activities. People that have spina bifida and have the ability to walk will also be a potential target market. According to the CDC, spina bifida is the most common neural tube defect in the United States. They estimate that there are 166,000 individuals in the United States who have spina bifida. The CDC recommends 60 minutes a day of physical activity for people with spina bifida. There are an estimated 50% of people age 18 that have a spina bifida that can walk, and 35% of people aged 35 years or older that can walk. This is relevant because there is a large population of people with spina bifida that can walk with supports. The Generation 1 skates will be able to be customized so that they can fit a wide range of AFOs, meaning that we can promote this idea to the spina bifida community. In John Moore's article, Keys to Prescribing AFOs for Senior Patients, he studies the effectiveness of AFOs within the elderly community on performing physical activities. He says that a person's gait will change with age due to underlying medical conditions and can lead to balance disorders. One major reason is the deterioration of ankle flexibility. Moore explains that AFOs mitigate the risk of falling and should be used to correct gait and balance problems, especially when performing physical activities. This statement is applicable because it shows a possible target market within the elderly community. Through our research, we have met Kristen Smedley. Kristen is currently the Pennsylvania Ambassador for the National Organization of Rare Disorders, or NORD. In 2011, Kristen launched a mission to fund research and resources for children living with the rare eye disease her sons have. In less than 8 years, the Curing Retinal Blindness Foundation has received over $1 million and achieved the first legislation in U.S. history to be submitted in Braille, legislation that advocates for better resources for blind and visually impaired Americans. The first question I asked Kristen was, do you think sports play a major role in promoting physical, mental, and the overall well-being of individuals with disabilities?
So I believe fully, wholeheartedly, with my whole self, that sports are important for the physical, mental, overall well-being of people with disabilities. And I don't know that I would have thought that had I not seen it in action for myself right before my eyes with my sons, my blind sons. It was, in the blind community, obesity is huge because the kids aren't out there finding ways, people aren't finding ways for them to get into these sports programs, right? And to get into wellness. So it achieved that. My boys have been in all kinds of sports programs, and they are incredibly healthy physically. Mentally, it tends to be, I've seen where people with disabilities grew up, that they couldn't participate, that everybody had to come and help them. They couldn't be in the regular quote stuff. And it takes a toll on them. Some of them lash out. And have had maybe a bad attitude. Others have had no confidence, no self-esteem because they feel like they can't contribute to society. But my guys were out there, they were getting in trouble for yelling at and just like every other kid, and they were celebrating just like every other kid when they contributed well. They even got voted as all-stars. The point is they had so much to contribute in their way with their unique talents, even though they couldn't see. They had other skills. My one son was the fastest base runner. They had to figure out how to have a blind kid stealing bases. I mean, in terms of overall, my boys have always known, and I know one of the biggest reasons is because of sports, in addition to education and some other stuff, but it's because they were able to contribute and enjoy sports, which is something that they were interested in. I know that that's part of their overall healthy self-esteem, healthy knowledge of they can contribute in this world, and they are.
The second question I asked Kristen is, if there were more options for adaptive sports equipment on the market, do you think more individuals with disabilities would want to play sports?
So do I think that if there were, what's the question here, more options for adaptive sports equipment on the market? Yes, 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 1,000 times yes, more people with disabilities would play. I know that for a fact because we were limited in what my boys could play, because we had to drive the 45-50 minutes for them to play baseball when they were 5 and 6 years old. That wasn't always something that we could fit into the calendar. Yeah, definitely. If there were more options, easier access, then absolutely, more kids would get out there and play.
So now let's get into the product. Normal ice hockey skates are made out of synthetic leather, carbon or carbon composite, and plastic, and have the ability to be baked. We will use the same hard plastic that is used in normal ice hockey skates for the toe and the Generation 1 skates. AFOs have substantial ankle support, so instead of a rigid support in the back of the skates like in regular ice hockey skates, the heel of the boot will be made up of a piece of leather that will travel up the heel and zip onto the back of the skate. The boot will be made out of carbon composite, which is flexible and has the ability to be baked. The baking process isn't necessary for the use of the skates, but is a good option to ensure an ultimate fit. Our customers will have the ability to use Solo's user-friendly website to add their dimensions in the customer profile section. In the profile section, customers will not only have the option to upload their measurements, but also to attach pictures of their AFOs. Once clients have uploaded their information to our website, the design process will begin. The fitting department will determine if the client, based on the dimensions provided, can fit into the universal model of the Generation 1 skates, or if we will have to customize the skates to fit their needs. There will be many steps that go into making the Generation 1 skates, so it is imperative that our experts in the sewing, fitting, and finishing department have all of the information they need to make sure that the product is of the highest quality. It will take around 7 days for our design and fitting teams to generate a model of the skate, and another week for our sewing and finishing departments to make the skate. Within 2 weeks of our client successfully filling out the required information in the customer profile section of our website, we will have the skates ready to be shipped. Now that we have looked into the product and the design process, let's look at the potential revenue in Q1 for 2021. First, we will look at the price of the skates. The universal skate will be designed to fit most AFOs, and the customized option will be for those that need a little extra room, comfort, or support. The universal skate for youth sizes 1 to 5.5 will cost $220, and senior size 6 to 14 will cost $350. Customized skates for youth and junior skates will start at $300, and senior skates $425. Generation 1 skates will be offered to customers in the United States via our website. We have determined that our total potential market in the U.S. is just over 13,000 people. We have decided that this is where we will focus our energy for the first year of production. Using social media, USA Hockey Magazine, and Disabled Sports USA, we will market the Generation 1 skates as the first of their kind. As we see in January of 2021, we estimate that we will sell 120 junior and 60 senior pairs of Generation 1 skates, as well as 30 customized junior skates and 10 customized senior skates. We predict a 10.5% steady increase in each product over month. In order for Solo to develop market and customer acquisition, we will need $80,000 in startup capital. The funding will be devoted to overall year one startup costs, including a marketing campaign, measuring app design, and website design. We believe that these three tools are most vital to launching our business in January 2021. We will work with a manufacturer that will produce the skates with the design we give them. For the Generation 1 skates, we will work with a manufacturer that can supply us with units 5 days a week. For the customized skates, we will work with an adaptive sports manufacturer that has more experience in orthotics products. We will make sure that this manufacturer can supply us with units 7 days a week. In addition to website design, app design, and a marketing campaign, we will use the invested capital to partner with ShipStation, Uline, HP, and Apple for shipping software, shipping supplies, and printers and computers. We will partner with advanced technology companies like Apple and HP to make sure that our product development has the best resources for innovation and ShipStation's eco-friendly packaging to encourage environmental responsibility. We will also use part of the investment for fixed costs. These expenses will be necessary for business operations. We plan on renting office space in Utica that has 2 offices and a room for storage. We have also factored in utilities for this space, including internet and phone and basic office supplies like ink and paper. We have also partnered with QuickBooks and believe that their Plus Plan Plus Payroll core is cost effective and necessary for organizational purposes. Lastly, we have decided that for the first year, salaries for employees will be kept low. This is to ensure that besides the month of January, Solo will generate profit monthly and report positive cash flow. Next, we will look at projected milestones for year 1. On January 1st, 2021, we will open for business. This will allow us to launch our business starting at the beginning of a new year. April 2021, we will review quarter 1 financials with investors and the management team. We expect that in January of 2021, we will record a loss of $28,285 because of startup costs. However, in February and March, we are expecting a profit. In total for quarter 1, we expect a profit of $80,844. At this time, we will also review our marketing campaign and make any updates necessary to make sure that we are reaching our target audience. October 2021, we will review quarter 2 and quarter 3 financials with investors and the management team. This will also allow investors to see how their investment is doing and for our management team to compare expected numbers. We expect that in quarter 2 and in quarter 3, we will generate $212,196. We have added an additional 10% for each expense to our budget to make sure that we have enough capital to cover expenses and do not expect a loss in the months in quarter 2 and quarter 3. If we are able to sell 13,000 pairs of skates in the first year, we will generate $3,900,000 in revenue. Assuming cost of goods sold can be minimized, we are hopeful to generate $1.3 million in profits. Keeping overhead costs low, we hope to move into foreign markets and increase our profits in 2 to 3 years. Now, to wrap it up. We want to stress that our goal is to make a difference in individuals' lives by increasing the quality of their life through physical activity. Our adaptive ice hockey skates will give individuals that rely on AFOs the opportunity to be able to ice skate and play stand-up hockey. We will publicize adaptive sports equipment to encourage the inclusion of people with different abilities in the sports world. The Generation 1 skates will be available to customers all over the United States through our clear and informative website. In year 1, we estimate $1 million in total revenue and have future goals to potentially partner with professional organizations, including the American Hockey League and the National Hockey League, as well as moving into foreign markets. Thank you for your time, and if you have any questions or would like to invest, please email me at jcsolomi@utica.edu. Thank you again.